Hello and welcome friends and spiritual travelers. This is Mystic Al, aka Nathan. Today I wanted to talk about the upcoming energy associated with the full moon in Leo occurring at 9 degrees and 5 minutes in Leo. Just want to say also that I have a pick a card reading associated with this energy at the end of the reading. So if you're not interested in this astrological forecast, then you can go straight to the pick a card reading. I also have the fan on at the moment too, so if you can hear a little bit of background noise, it's like 37 degrees in Sydney today and it's really warm. So I've got the fan on to try and cool me down a little bit. But to get on with the astrological forecast, so we have the moon, the full moon, opposed to the sun in Aquarius, which is also conjunct Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, along with Venus and Pluto conjunct in Capricorn. So there's a real polarity in the chart here. You can see we have the moon in Leo. Leo is associated with the heart space, and the full moon, the divine feminine, about our desires and what it is that we need, has this real need to follow our own dreams and to do the things that we really love, to stand in our own power and chase our best life, basically. Opposed to that need with the sun currently in Aquarius, which is all about the greater collective and being contributing to the local community, being of service somehow and helping our humanity. So there's really quite a need right now to get that balance right between following our own dreams and desires and to do the things that we want moving forward as we progress further into 2021, and actually being able to use that to contribute to the greater whole somehow. I like to think that if we all are doing the things that we love and standing bright in our own power, then we encourage other people to sort of follow suit. And when we're all living our best life, I just think humanity would be such a more beautiful and loving place to be. And I really think that's the energy associated with this year, which is the initiation of the Age of Aquarius, which occurred when Saturn and Jupiter were conjunct in 0 degrees of Aquarius at the end of last year, or the Great Conjunction. So moving on, we also have a T-square here with the moon in a square to Mars and Uranus in Taurus, the sign of Taurus, also squaring the Sun, Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. This is a really tense energy. Mars and Uranus conjunct in Taurus is extremely explosive energy. Mars is the ruler of war, the warrior, divine masculine energy of taking action, aggressive, assertive energy. Conjunct Uranus, which is the planet of chaos and sudden awakenings, sudden realizations, the need to make sudden changes. So there may be a lot of frustration associated with this transit, as in the need to follow your own dreams, but also feeling that tense energy associated with, well, how do I make that sort of contribute to the greater whole? What's more important? It's about sort of questioning your own values in a sense, and working out which way you want to go, what's more important to you right now. Just to add to that feeling of tension and frustration that is created with Mars and Uranus squaring both the Sun and the Moon at the moment, of note is that there is a lot of energy in fixed signs currently. So we have 4 planets here in Aquarius, which is the fixed air sign. We have both Mars and Uranus in Taurus, the fixed earth sign, along with the moon currently in Leo, which is the fixed fire sign. Fixed signs are very, very stubborn, stoic, not willing to budge on their thoughts or their beliefs. So this could add fuel to the fire in certain arguments in a way when you're clashing with somebody else. The collective doesn't necessarily want to change their mind on their values or their beliefs right now, so it can create even more tension due to so much energy being in fixed signs. So we may also see, associated with this transit, with Mars and Uranus squaring both the Sun and the Moon, a lot of battles between people about different differences of opinion. What's more important, moving humanity forward or following your own dreams and desires? You can see a lot of people, I think, clashing heads with different value sets. And we can still see a lot of that playing out currently right now in the United States, with Biden finally taking office, along with a lot of people that still believe that Trump should be in power. Noting also that Saturn recently, which rules governing structures, has recently moved in or ingress into Aquarius, which is all about lifting humanity up, breaking free of that really grounded, earthy energy associated with Capricorn. We may see, as I mentioned, a lot of protests or people clashing with different ideals and values about what's more important to them, about which way they sit on the fence, in a way. And to play it out on a real personal level, we also have Neptune in Pisces, Neptune being the dreamer of the planets associated with the ethereal realms, psychic connection. In Pisces, Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, so it is at home in Pisces. It has recently also turned direct too, after a long period of being in retrograde. Neptune can also rule confusion, escapism, sort of this mystical, ethereal energy of maybe not necessarily knowing what's going to come next, but being okay with the unknown. But it is also squaring both of the nodes, the North Node in Gemini and the South Node in Sagittarius, creating kind of a crossroads once again about which way do I go? Like, do I move forward and follow my dreams and desires? How can I do the things that I love, allowing me somehow to be contributing to the greater whole? Or do I also get stuck in my old habits and fall back upon how things used to be, what is comfortable to me? And with Neptune squaring the nodes, it's kind of hard to know what to do. I know personally for the last few weeks I've been feeling really, really confused about the next step. Trying to build my YouTube channel, wondering what it is I need to do to make it grow. I've been feeling a little bit lost personally, but I'm trying to get used to not knowing all of the answers, and that's kind of what this transit is all about. Finding peace within the uncertainty, in a way. But to add to that too, we currently have Venus and Pluto in Capricorn conjunct at 25 degrees. And this is a really beautiful transit. Venus is the ruler of all things love and beauty, of your values and what is valuable to you in life, both for yourself and for the other. And Pluto is the planet of massive transformations, of making big changes in your life, really digging deep into the subconscious and actually unveiling your truth. So this brings a little bit more of a softer, more loving, genteel energy to this really awkward transit, about how you can actually be more loving and kind to other people. What's most important to you in terms of your relationships? What you value most about yourself and what you value in the other. Sort of bringing that to light as we move forward into the year a little bit more. The only other thing that I really wanted to touch on in this video before we move on to the pick a card reading is the fact that Mercury, the messenger associated with your mind and your thoughts, currently in Aquarius, actually turns retrograde on the 30th of January up until the 20th of February, so for 3 weeks in the sign of Aquarius. Mercury direct in Aquarius is very focused on the greater collective or the local community, how you can be of service. Incredibly cerebral, intelligent, likes to think outside of the box, and is very, very inventive on ways in which you can contribute to helping other people or lifting humanity. But remember, when Mercury goes retrograde, or when all planets go retrograde, it's about revising the topic of that planet associated with your mind, going over or getting it right about different ways that you can be of service to humanity. When Mercury turns retrograde also, we tend to see communication issues, not speaking clearly, maybe misinterpreting what other people are saying. There's a need to really check in with someone to make sure that they actually understood you completely, what it is that you're trying to express. We can also see sometimes technology and transportation break down because Mercury rules the third house of transport and technology also. So just be mindful that you may need to take some more time when communicating with people, and to give yourself a little bit more time if you are commuting or trying to use technology in your work, or maybe making presentations or something like that. So yes, just to reiterate, it's an interesting transit, one filled with a lot of like tension, frustration, that need to break free or to take action on things that you desire yourself, following your heart space with the moon in Leo. Opposing that need also to really be responsible and to look after your local community, to get on top of the things that you know you need to do as we move forward into 2021. So I think there's a need also to remember to just be patient with yourself. Try to distance yourself from any feelings of frustration or issues you may have with somebody else when you don't see eye to eye with them. Just know that in a week or two, this transit will pass, and we'll all be feeling a little bit more like our usual selves again. So moving on to the pick a card reading. Hello there, welcome to the pick a card section of this video about the full moon in Leo. So, getting on with it, we have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile 1 is with the green howlite. Pile 2 is this stone that I have no idea what it is. So if you know, let me know. And pile 3 is with the lapis lazuli. Remember, this is a general reading, so take only that which resonates with you and leave the rest behind. I'll try and link it to the astrological forecast and see how the tarot and the forecast go together in your reading. And let's get started with pile number 1 to find out what's coming your way with this full moon in Leo. Hello, pile 1 with the green howlite. This is your reading if you chose the green howlite. Let's find out what's coming your way with this full moon in Leo, occurring on the 28th and the 29th of January, depending on where you are in the world. We'll start with your tarot cards and then move on to your oracle cards a little bit later. Once again, apologies if you can hear the fan in the background. It's still 38 degrees in Sydney, so it's very, very warm. But I hope you're having a beautiful day, regardless of where you are. So, your tarot cards. Your first card is the 8 of Swords. Okay. That's some heavy energy, I must say, pile 1. You have the Page of Wands. Nice. You have the Page of Cups also. Beautiful. And your final card is the Page of Swords. Wow, 3 pages. That's insane. I must admit that is the first time that has ever happened to me in a reading before, where I've got 3 of the same court cards in one reading. So that's pretty synchronistic, I think, there for your pile 1. Interesting that they're all pages too. Pages are very young, youthful, exuberant energy. You had the Page of Wands associated with a new spark of inspiration. The Page of Cups, which talks about some sort of emotional clarity, doing something that you love. It's also very creative energy. And then you have the Page of Swords, which comes into like a sudden realization, epiphanies, a clear way of thinking, having clarity of mind in a way. And I think this is really beautiful because with the 8 of Swords here, this talks about feeling restricted and not knowing what to do to get out of a situation. You can see in the card that the Querent is tied by very, very loose binds, surrounded by swords that, to be honest, really aren't holding them back at all. There's an easy way to walk through those. They have a blindfold on, but they could really just easily like wriggle the way out of those binds and step out of the situation. And what do you think you're being called here to do, pile 1? I think the answers you need are coming. If you've been feeling like maybe you haven't been moving forward, you've been feeling a little bit stuck recently, potentially you've been feeling quite down and out, because this does indicate like stagnant, you have stagnant water here at the ground, water related to your emotions, right? And your intuition, I guess not being, just feeling a little bit low, I'm feeling, potentially feeling a little depressed. Maybe what your current workplace or a situation that you're in has made you feel a little bit stuck, as if you can't move forward and you don't know what to do to get out of a bad situation. It kind of reminds me of that U2 song. I'm not a huge U2 fan, but it's come to mind, like you're stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. But with these three cards here, the answers you seek are coming with the Page of Swords, absolutely. This talks about sudden inspiration, sudden clarity, a realization, an epiphany, knowing what to do next in a way, and trusting in that guidance, trusting in that clarity that you're receiving. But what I'm mostly getting from those 3 pages is the need for you in a way to, I think in a way, stop stressing or stop worrying so much about the situation that you're in. The pages, once again, is very youthful, fun-loving energy, almost related to children in a way. So there's a reminder here, I think, for you to maybe just not take life too seriously at the moment, and to just have a little bit of fun, and to know that the answers that you need will come. And that spark for life will return again very, very soon with the Page of Wands. So just a reminder to just try not to worry so much about whatever it is that's holding you back or that's got you down recently, and to bring that fun-loving element back into life. Like, there's a strong emphasis on the need to allow your inner child to come out, to maybe do something that lifts your spirits and to have a little bit of fun. Potentially something that's very creative, with both the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups here talking about creative energy. What is it that you love doing? What are you good at? What takes your mind off the stresses and the hardships in life, pile 1, that you can get onto right now, that maybe lifts your spirits and allows you just to remember that life doesn't need to be serious all the time. But it's also beautiful with the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Swords. If you did watch the Astrological Forecast, remembering that this full moon in Leo is all about the heart, right? Leo loves to do what Leo loves doing. Leo likes to put a smile on people's faces and really operate from that heart space. I think in a way you've forgotten to allow fun into the equation, and you feel really trapped and down and stuck because you've forgotten what it is to have fun with whatever it is that this current situation is talking about. It's interesting also, I've noted that the 3 pages are kind of looking at each other. They kind of seem to be standing around in a circle, like kids having fun in the playground, you know. Maybe it's time for you also to get out and spend some time with those people that put a smile on your face. Do something that makes you feel like a little kid again, that's just in every moment and embracing every experience in life. Beautiful, because I do see, as I mentioned earlier, the clarity you need will come. I think once you manage to realize that you can easily get out of this situation by just allowing yourself to have fun and to not take the situation so seriously, it's not the end of the world, pile 1. So I was just waiting for a plane to fly overhead. It was really loud. You will get clarity, and you will be able to trust in any intuitive nudges or to follow your emotions again that will lead you out of this sticky situation. And that spark and exuberance for life will return before you know it. Beautiful. Moving on from that, pile 1, let's have a look at your oracle cards. The first card is number 57, the Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. Okay, there you go. Yes, absolutely. You have the Fox Spirit. Think on your feet, number 27. That really goes well with the Page of Swords. Very intellectual, incredibly intelligent. The ability to come up with solutions to problems very quickly. Very crafty energy also. And your final card is Kuan Yin's Pink Dragon. Brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. See all of your cords dissolve by transcendent love. Beautiful. All of your cords too, like the cords or the binds surrounding you right now. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. Okay, that's lovely. So that's just a very strong reminder to just bring that fun-loving, free element to life again, to have fun with whatever it is that you're doing, to try not to take life so seriously in a way. So, with this full moon in Leo transit for you, Pile 1, I just sense that you will recoup that need to just allow a little bit of fun back into your life. And through that, most naturally, you will start to feel a lot more freedom. Those stresses, those worries, those things that were holding you down, I think maybe won't necessarily fall away, but they will feel like less of a burden. I think maybe shifting your mind with the fox spirit here, think on your feet, shifting your mind from whatever it is that is worrying you onto something or doing something that brings out that joy and spark for life again will naturally allow you to get your perspectives right again and to start to see that, everything is okay. You may have some things that are worrying you, but you can deal with them, especially with the fox spirit and the page of swords here. I do see you also having a sudden realization or clarity about what it is that you need to do that will help you resolve the issue that you're currently experiencing. That will naturally come to you, I think, when you shift your mind off the stress and start doing something that allows you just to forget about it for a while. It's when we take our mind off our worries. When you're trying to think of a word or a name or something like that and you can't, and you think about it and you think about it and then you forget about it, 2 hours later you're like, bam, oh, that's the answer right there. I think it's that kind of energy where if you shift your focus onto the things that you love, maybe spend some time with friends and family that bring out the best in you also, you will find that spark for life again and everything will be okay. With the squirrel spirit too, believe in yourself. Once again, I think that goes well with the fox spirit, as in I think you will naturally find the answer that will resolve the issue that you're currently experiencing, and you do have the strength to get out of this situation. If you are wanting to put yourself out there a little bit more also, Pile 1, noting that the full moon in Leo talks about the need or the want to follow our own desires and to work from our heart space where we're actually living our best life and doing the things that we love, then I think the squirrel spirit here and believe in yourself is really encouraging you to trust yourself and to give it a go. I think you're probably more talented and a natural problem solver than you actually even know right now. I do see a lot of positivity coming through your way with this transit, absolutely. The squirrel spirit too, he just looks really cheeky and fun-loving to me anyway, right? Squirrels are really playful energy. There's a strong indication that maybe just doing something that you love will help you find the solutions that you need. Lovely. Moving on from that, let's get some final cards for you from the Moonology deck, see what comes up for you. Spirit, can we get some final messages, please, for pile number 1, who are finding solutions to their problems and remembering to just have a little bit more fun in life. I'm also drawn again, too, with the Kuan Yin's pink dragon. What does it say there? Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. Okay. That, which is really page energy all day. Children, just seeing the magic in the world around them. Getting inspired by animals coming up to them in the park. Seeing the beauty in all of the beautiful nature and blossoms that are surrounding them. Seeing the magic and the beautiful relationships that you have with your friends and family. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 1? And just a reminder also, pile 1, over this transit, Neptune is currently squaring the North Node and the South Node. In a way, it can feel as if we don't know what the next step is, what we need to do to get out of our binds, what the natural solution is to our problems. It may feel as if we don't know where we're going. But I think that's just part of the experience of living anyway. Learning to trust in yourself and in the divine that is guiding you. That you don't necessarily need to have all the answers right now. They will come in time if and when you need them. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 1? No, let's cut the deck and see what we get. Your first card. Ooh, Ooh, is a new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Okay, yes, of course you are. Everything will be alright, pile 1. And your next card? Ooh, it's a super moon. Lovely. Emotions are running high. I love this card because it's generally the most optimistic of the Moonology deck. It talks about elated feelings, like freedom, doing the things that you love, and it bringing a lot of positivity and elation back into your life. I just sense right now what you need to do, especially with the new moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. This does indicate like maybe the need to spend time with those people that you love, your friends and family. And I really got that energy anyway with the 3 pages here. There's a strong reminder to just do things that you love and be around the people that you love, and to let go, not stress too much about those things that are worrying you, knowing full well that in time you will come into clarity and you will get the solutions and the answers that you need. But with the super moon here, emotions are running high. This does really indicate to me that, you know, a positive turnaround is just around the corner. A new cycle will begin really soon where you will be feeling less restricted and actually loving life again. That spark for life with the Page of Wands. Beautiful reading for you, pile 1. I hope that resonated with you. Try not to stress so much. Get out there, have fun. If it did resonate with you, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day and a beautiful full moon. And let's move on to pile 2. Hello, welcome pile 2 with this multicolored stone gem. I have no idea what it is, but I think it's really pretty. Let's find out what's coming your way with this full moon in Leo transit coming up on the 28th and 29th of January, depending on where you are in the world. We'll start with your tarot cards and then move on to your oracle cards a little bit later. You have the 7 of Cups, nice. Neptunian energy, potentially some decisions to make or a little bit of confusion even. You have the World card, lovely. You have the 3 of Swords, okay. And you have the Tower card, right. Ooh, heavy energy there. Yes. Some intense energy there at the Tower and the 3 of Swords for you, pile 2. Which does suggest to me that something's fallen apart in your life recently that's left you heartbroken. So the Tower, which tends to indicate a sudden change, a breakdown of something that you're used to. It may be that you lost a job or a relationship separation, has left you feeling a little bit down and heartbroken. The 3 of Swords is all about heartbreak and grief. So I am sensing that maybe you're feeling a little bit heartbroken or just feeling a little bit down and out at the moment recently, pile 2. I sense that something has fallen apart in your life recently, or you've lost something that was really dear to your heart, and it's really weighing you down and you're feeling it quite intensely at the moment. But what I am seeing with the 7 of Cups, which talks about different options, choices that you can make, and the World card, which suggests completion, success, triumph, completing your goals. I do sense that there are different things that you could be doing right now that maybe will allow you to feel like the woman or the angel in the World card, where, she's living her best life and she's proud of her successes, that will help you sort of move on from this heavy energy of feeling down and out, feeling heartbroken. Possibly also with the 7 of Cups, it may suggest that you're feeling a little bit confused about whatever it is that you need to do. Maybe there's more than one sort of avenue or option at your disposal to try and overcome this grief, or to move on and leave behind the pain that you're feeling right now. I have a feeling though with this full moon in Leo that clarity will come naturally. I think what you need to do is, in a way, maybe follow your heart, pile 2. And I know that's like a bit of a cliche, but if there are more than one decision or options at your disposal, or there's possibly even more than one way to overcome this pain, to move on and leave it behind. I kind of feel like you maybe already know what it is that you need to do. I'm also drawn here too with the lion here in the world card related to Leo, the lion. You may have strong sort of Leo placements in your natal chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I think maybe you just need to put yourself first, is what I'm getting from the cards right now. Do the things with the world card that lift you up. Maybe get out into nature, the world could be indicating also. Some self-care, I think, is definitely needed for you. I'm just getting an energy that right now there might be many different ways that you can try and overcome the grief that you're going through, and try and just at least put this, not necessarily behind you, but to just kind of forget about it a little bit, and to look after yourself right now whilst you're feeling a little bit down and out, because this is really heavy energy, and I really do empathize for you. I'm not sure what's going on, but with the Three of Swords and the Tower, this does indicate that something's fallen apart recently that I think maybe you were holding on to, that was really, really dear to you. So most definitely, I'm just getting with the World card and the Seven of Cups the need to maybe do something that makes you feel good. The Cups too relates to your emotions, your emotional body. What can lift your spirits? What makes you feel better about yourself? What is it that you do when you are feeling a bit low that is your practice of self-care? Maybe it's about spending time with the people that you love. It could be about shutting off from people and just spending some time alone to reflect and contemplate. Taking a hot bath, going for a walk in nature, anything like that will shift your mind from this really heavy and dark energy over here. Moving on from that pile too, let's see what your oracle cards have to say about this current situation. Remembering also the full moon in Leo, there is this desire and this need to really follow our own dreams and desires in a way, to not get bogged down by feelings of guilt or repression if we're not sort of maybe looking after other people. I just really think you need to be embodying that Leo energy and looking after yourself, doing the things that you love right now, pile 2. You have the wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Okay. I'm going to put that over here with the Tower and the Three of Swords. I know this has been really, really hard, whatever it is that you've been through, pile 2. I'd love to know what it is. It may have been a relationship breakup, you may have lost your job, potentially some sort of personal endeavor didn't work out the way you were hoping for. You may have lost your home or something like that. Something really terrible has happened. An issue with your family even. But with the wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom, this really talks about I guess growing through the experiences that we have. Even though this is a really horrible time that you're experiencing right now, and I know it's really hard to bear, pain is just another experience. It's another tool in our belt that we can draw upon. And in time, I think you'll start to see that you've grown so much through this turmoil and this heartbreak. Our darkest times tend to lead us towards the light and towards spirit, finding that spark of hope within, in a way. And I think maybe that's what's happening for you, because you do have the World card here, which touches on living your best life and completing the things that you want, achieving your goals. So in a way, if you've had to start from rock bottom, pile 2, or at least that's how it feels with the Tower card, I think in a way you'll be getting it right from here on. You'll learn with the wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom, how to do things the right way and to make sure that whatever it is that you work on now works out for the best. To get it right this time, to learn from the mistakes of the past. And you have the groundhog spirit, time to let go, number 31. And what I'm drawn to is number 31, which reduces to 4. 4 being the number of a solid foundation, building something from a solid foundation, getting it right in a way, which really sits well with the wolf spirit. I'm also drawn to the heart. Can you see the heart there? In the groundhog spirit's hands or paws. And the heart in the Three of Swords. Yeah, I feel like maybe you're holding on to this experience a little bit too much, pile 2, sorry. Sometimes I think when we are hurt by somebody or a certain experience, we can go over it in our head over and over, because in a way, feeling that pain, we don't want to let it go. We don't want to forget about it, right? We moving on from it makes us feel as if like that was never part of our lives, and we get caught up in this need to hold on so that it stays with us. We don't want to move on. I think it's time for you to let it go, whatever that is that's been bothering you recently, pile 2. It's time to move on and to pick yourself up and to try again, is what I'm getting with the 4 and the groundhog spirit and the wolf spirit. It's time to try again, having learnt from the mistakes of the past, or learnt how you don't want things to work out again this time, I'm also seeing too with the groundhog spirit and somebody holding the heart here, along with the 7 of Cups, many different options. I have a feeling that there's probably a lot of people out there that really do love and support you, pile 2, that in a time of need you can turn to people that they may not necessarily have the answers you seek, but they most definitely can help you sort of get through this heartbreak and just support you and comfort you when you most need love at the moment, is what I'm seeing. And your final card is the Golden Crested Dragon. Oh, that's beautiful. Brings you to higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain 5th dimensional. Okay. Now that's really fascinating. What I'm getting from that, I love that the all of these rays of light are just bursting out of the dragon's heart space. I think you're learning to love again, in a way. You may have been broken. You may have been hurt in the past. I do see that you're probably still going through a lot of heartbreak and pain. But pain is kind of almost part and parcel to love. If you didn't feel any pain when you've broken up from somebody, if you didn't feel any pain when something fell apart that was really dear to you, then you most definitely can't actually enjoy that experience to start with, right? I think in a way, this pain will allow you to see how much love you have to give, pile 2, to allow you to realize that you truly are an empathetic, loving, kind, and compassionate individual. You are really growing and blossoming through this pain, and when you come out of it and your grieving is over, you're going to have so much more love and empathy for other people all around you. And I think you're going to have a lot more confidence in your own abilities to to get things right and to know what it is that you need to do to make sure that you don't make these mistakes again. But B, to really open up to love and to enjoy each and every moment in life with your heart wide open to all experiences that come your way, dark and light. So in a sense, this heartbreak is really enlightening for you, and I think that's something that you're going to start realizing with this full moon in Leo transit. Putting yourself first and allowing yourself to do the things that will help you heal will also allow you to see how much love you have to give and what it is that you have to offer the world, which I think is really beautiful for you, pile 2. So try not to get down on yourself too much. Really reach out to people that do love and support you if you need some support right now. But I just see you getting through this very, very soon and really operating from the heart space with the 3 hearts here. You're going to have so much love for each and every experience that comes your way. Really being open to life and all that life has to give, which I think is really beautiful. Moving on from that, pile 2, let's see what other messages Spirit has to say from the Moonology cards. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for pile 2 who are learning to love again, who are overcoming their wounds and heartbreak and learning to see the beauty in life again? Absolutely. Turning the knowledge of that pain into wisdom and power. Woo! Okay. So you have 2 cards that have just jumped out of the deck there. The first card is the New Moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off, which resonates really well with that message about coming out of the darkness. You're almost through it, is what I'm seeing, pile 2. You've done a lot of grieving. You've done the hard work with coming through this pain. And very soon you'll be able to see the blessings from the pain. You'll be able to see how much you've grown and be open to more experiences. And your final card is a new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. 2 new moons. That's really interesting. Especially considering that this is a full moon that we're talking about in this reading. Luck is on your side. Beautiful. I just see like so much positivity coming your way when you actually start to see this pain and this horrible, visceral, like agony that you're going through from a different perspective. Pain is beauty in a way. As I mentioned earlier, if we didn't have pain in life, we wouldn't be able to really appreciate the good times. We need that dark to balance out the light and to appreciate the light. And I think that's what you're going to start seeing very, very soon. That this pain and this terrible grief that you've been going through has a very strong purpose. And it's all to allow you to see all of the beauty in life again, the riches in life, the things that you want, to go after the things that you want, with Sagittarius shooting the arrow in the direction of what they want to go after. You're not going to let anything hold you back anymore, pile 2, because you don't want to feel restricted and stuck and in pain anymore. And I think that's a beautiful lesson to learn. Turning that knowledge into wisdom, like the wolf spirit there. I know it's a hard time for you right now, but you will get through it, and you will be better off for it, pile 2, is what I'm saying. That's all I have for you. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful full moon in Leo. And let's move on to pile 3. Hello, welcome pile 3 with the lapis lazuli. Let's find out what energy or what you are likely to experience throughout this full moon in Leo over the 28th and 29th of January. We'll start with your tarot cards and then move on to your oracle cards a little bit later. Oh, you have the Knight of Cups. Lovely and romantic. And the Lover's card. Nice. You're the 8 of Pentacles. Your final card is the 7 of Swords. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I have a feeling that these 2 cards came out in the last reading I did about the February forecast. So it might be worth you having a look at that reading also, pile 3. Similar energy there, absolutely. Interesting that you've got the Knight of Cups and the Lover's card. The Knight of Cups is a romantic of the deck, is in love with the idea of being in love. And you've got the Lovers, which talks about love and commitment, right? So this reading could be talking about, what I am seeing is potentially the need to work on a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, although the Lovers card strongly indicates that it probably is. So if you're currently in a relationship, and you may be having some problems or some troubles with the 7 of Swords, this talks about sneaky energy, someone sneaking behind your back, maybe not always being honest to you. They might be lying or talking about you behind your back. I just sense there's a need for you with the 8 of Pentacles here to be patient and to put some work and effort into the relationship. To remember that like all relationships go through ups and downs. Because I do see with the Knight of Cups that you are a romantic, pile 3. That when you're in a relationship, you really give yourself over completely. Like you give your heart, your cup to the other person. You throw yourself into the relationship completely is what I'm seeing with the Knight of Cups, like charging ahead towards the Lovers. Really investing all that you can to the other person and into that relationship. But I do sense that maybe if you are in a relationship recently, it's been a bit rocky. There's been some ups and downs. So the 8 of Pentacles talks about like perfecting something, perfecting a skill, getting it right, doing it over and over and over until you can master that skill and talent in a way. So this could talk about the need to be patient with the relationship that you're in, or even be patient with a lot of relationships that you may have, some friends or some loved ones that potentially aren't necessarily being honest or treating you the way that you're hoping for right now. But it also could relate to some sort of talent or gift or something that you've been working on that you thoroughly love, and learning to really commit to it and to invest more time to perfecting and honing that skill. The Lovers tends to talk about a choice of commitment. Like once you commit to it in a way, there's no turning back, right? If you want to perfect anything in life, you have to practice it over and over and over, and until it almost becomes second nature to you. And I do sense with the Seven of Swords here that it hasn't necessarily been as easy as you thought it would. If potentially you are wanting to put yourself out there a little bit more, there's something that you want to gift the world and show yourself off with, pile 3. There's something that you thoroughly are passionate about, that you love and you want to commit to, but it's been harder than you thought. I think there's just a lesson here to try and be patient with yourself, and to know that in time you will get better at this skill. You have the Knight of Cups here, right, which is, well, it's beyond the page, so you're not necessarily a beginner or a rookie, I see, but there's still way to go in terms of growth and personal development. I think you're really, really honing this skill. You're really honing this talent. I think you thoroughly love it. You enjoy it. You're very passionate about it, I see, with the Lovers and the Knight of Cups. But maybe necessarily it hasn't taken off as much or as well as you thought it would. But there's just a little bit of a message, especially with the 8 of Pentacles related to earth energy, very slow moving energy, that it will grow over time and you will get better at it. So this could be talking about a relationship you're in. It could be talking about multiple relationships around you where you need to be more patient with people. Knowing and remembering, if you watch the forecast, that over this transit with the full moon in Leo, it is quite a tense time where the full moon in Leo and the sun in Aquarius are actually squaring Mars and Uranus in Taurus. Almost a need to just drop everything and to run away from any grief or pain that we have. A need to suddenly change our life, or to be really impulsive and to just make a rash change, a change of mind, and to go after it in a way. So just be patient with yourself right now, knowing full well that everything takes time in this earthly realm. Relationships take time to grow and nurture. Skills take time to hone and develop. New businesses and new projects take time to be exposed to new people. You will get there in time, is what I'm saying, pile 3. Just remember why you're doing it, because you do have a lot of love for whatever it is that this reading is talking about for you. If you're committed to it, keep working on it, and it will develop over time. Moving on from that, let's have a look at your oracle cards to see what that has to say. Your first card. Ooh, okay, there you go, number 19. The dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. That encaptures the essence of this reading so much. Committing to something. I'm actually going to put that over here with the Lover's card, talking about a commitment to something that you really, really do love. It may be a person or a passion that you have, whatever it may be for you. There's a need and a calling for you to invest more time in it, to be patient, because it's something that brings you joy, that fills your heart with tranquility and love, right? I am also noticing here too, with the 7 of Swords, which can talk about dishonest energy, not being loyal at all. So there's a need for you to remember to take the higher ground sometimes, if you feel that some people aren't necessarily being loyal to you, or they haven't been treating you the best. Not to get involved in any sort of petty or less than behavior. Don't lower yourself to other people's standards. Try and take the high ground. I think that's who you are naturally anyway, pile 3. I get this vibe that you are somebody that's really confident in your own abilities, and you don't necessarily like to be involved in petty behavior. You don't like to put other people down. You don't like to walk up all over other people. You're very, very considerate of yourself and of others. I see a lot of yellow in this reading. Yellow, 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 everywhere. Indicating that you work from your solar plexus. You're very confident in your abilities. You stand in your power. And you certainly don't tolerate like behavior that isn't up to your high standards in a way. So there's also a message here to not get involved in any behavior that is less than who you naturally are, that belittles you in any way. And you have number 30, the grasshopper spirit. Lovely. Take a leap of faith. Okay. Wow, that could go over here too with the Lovers card. Kind of reminds me of the Fool card, like jumping in, taking a chance on something new. This could talk about a relationship. Maybe it's time for you to take that relationship to the next level, to take that leap of faith in terms of commitment or committing to the person that you love. Offering your cup over to that person that you love, the person that you're in a relationship with, or the person that potentially you want to be in a relationship with, pile 3 even. A proposal of something new in a way. But I also see it could relate to a project or something that you've been working on falling under the 8 of Pentacles. I think you're really just being called to like go bigger, to really go after it completely. I'm sensing that this is a group that has maybe spent a little bit of time in and out of this project. Sometimes you're all in and you're really invested in it and you want to get it right and you want to show it off to the world. But then other times I sense maybe you can get down on yourself, you doubt yourself, you allow your head to get in the way and to possibly keep you small, protecting you from taking a chance. I just sense it's time for you to really like go all in and to believe in your talents, because I do see a very creative individual here with the 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Somebody that could work well with their hands too. So this craft or this talent may relate to using your hands somehow, being an artist, a painter. Maybe a natural talent you have through healing with your hands, Reiki, massage, writing even, tapestry. Whatever it is for you, you're definitely being called with the Lovers card here and the Dog spirit to really commit and go all in is what I'm seeing. And your final card is the Golden Orange Dragon. Expand your light for ascension. Beautiful. Be a peaceful warrior. Yes, okay. Don't get involved in any sort of like less than behavior. You're bigger than that, pile 3. You're better than that. Help those in need. Remember your magnificence, which is Leo energy all day. Magnificent, being magnanimous, shining your light bright. With so much yellow in this reading related to the sun, the solar plexus. Putting yourself out there and not being ashamed of it. In a way, I like to think the people that shine brightest in life become a beacon of hope for those that kind of want to do the same. People are drawn to your energy and want to naturally emulate your achievements. So try and be that person that like convinces and shows others what they can achieve too if they choose to like follow their passions and desires in life. And that's what this energy and this transit is all about. It's about sort of getting that balance right between the need to really shine bright and to do the things that we love, but also in a way be able to contribute to the greater collective by showing people what life can be when we put ourselves first and believe in ourselves. Absolutely. The Dog spirit too, be loyal to what you love. I just said this is also about you being loyal to yourself and following your heart, pile 3. What is it that you want to create? Because you are a very talented and creative group with the 8 of Pentacles there. If it's a new relationship, go after it, guns blazing. Don't let anything hold you back. And if it's a new project that you've been working on and you're just gathering the strength and the courage to put yourself out there, then this reading definitely is a confirmation that now is the time to do that. Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful energy for you, pile 3. Moving on from that, let's see if there's any further messages for you from the Minology cards for pile number 3. Spirit, can we get some further messages for pile 3, please, who are really learning to like stand in their power and to put themselves out there, to commit to the things that they love and to treat people the way that they wish to be treated too, also. Not to allow anyone to cut them down anymore. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 3? Yeah, the grasshopper spirit really just reminds me of the Fool in tarot, taking a leap, like a chance on something new, telling that person how you feel, committing to that lover, committing to yourself and a project that you love, putting yourself first. Woo, beautiful. The full moon in Virgo just flipped. You are good enough. Excellent. That really radiates quite well, or resonates quite well with this reading. Like putting yourself first, believing in yourself, trusting in yourself. With so much strong yellow in this reading, you have the confidence and the courage within you, pile 3, to make big things happen. You are good enough. That's beautiful. Any further messages, please, for pile number 3? Any further messages, please, for pile number 3? There it is there. And the full moon in Scorpio, it's time to release negativity. Okay. I was picking up on a group that potentially can be, half in, half out, kind of temperance energy. Not necessarily wanting to completely throw yourself into it, but you're definitely being called to do that with the grasshopper spirit and the full moon in Scorpio. To leave any doubts behind, because you are creative. You have a lot of talents and gifts that the world needs to see, pile 3, and you just need to believe it. You are good enough. I think the message speaks for itself. Don't let your fears of maybe not being good enough, don't let your fears of not having success, don't let your fears of what other people think hold you back, because you deserve to shine your light bright and to commit to yourself with the dog spirit and the lovers there. Go get him is all I have to say for you. Believe in yourself and you can make magic happen in this lifetime. That's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful full moon in Leo transit and a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.